And by treating the disease with the methods we know and treating its victims with understanding and compassion, we have a chance to save lives.
Welcome back to New Jersey Power and Politics. I'm Eric Lance-Krenner. Governor Christie's State of the State has some asking whether his focus on drug addiction was politically motivated. And whether it was or wasn't doesn't change the fact that he has shown a very bright spotlight on the problem. Here now to talk more about the speech and the governor's proposals are Wayne Huerta, President and CEO of the New Jersey chapter of the National Council of Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, and NJ Lassiter, columnist for Politicker NJ. Thank you both for joining us here in the studio.
Thanks for having us.
Jay, you're a columnist, but you're also somebody who's survived addiction, a bout with addiction, made it to the other side. So Indeed. What does it say to you that the governor devoted all this time and really laid out so many different points about what he wants to do in his last year in office to combat addiction and to help people get better?
Look, whatever his motivation, he put a spotlight on this issue, and we have him to thank for that, because that really gives us an opportunity to get into the nitty-gritty and examine the real impediments to progress, which I believe is the lobbyists in Trenton and the legislators that they have in their pocket, namely the Medical Society of New Jersey, which is a lobbying outfit for doctors, not patients, for doctors, many of whom enrich themselves getting our kids addicted to heroin, to opiates, to prescription opiates. Higher doses for more people of all ages for a longer duration. That's what the Medical Society of New Jersey is advocating for. And unfortunately, as long as that's the case and as long as they have handmaids in the assembly, then we're not going to make much progress on this issue.
Big part of the governor's plan during the speech was to limit the supply of opioid-based pain meds available to doctors to prescribe. Senator Joe Vitale has legislation to limit prescriptions of opioid drugs to only 7 days at a time. What's your opinion on that, Wayne?
Yeah, I agree with that. There's many experts who tend to even pinpoint the beginning of the opium epidemic to when the pharmaceutical companies began to market OxyContin to a broader range of uses than it was originally intended for. And there's many experts who feel that that was the beginning of the opiate problem that we have today.
Going forward, the governor also wants to mandate insurance companies cover up to 6 months of treatment. And you know, his feeling is that would help break down barriers to treatment, but only for some New Jerseyans who are basically fall into the state marketplace, correct? So how do you see all of this unfolding, Jay?
I think he's creating a patchwork of treatment options, which is the first step to creating a cohesive treatment option. Look, it's a baby step forward. But with regards to the 5-day limit, which Christie, I thought it was a great idea. And then I remembered the Senate has already passed a 3-day limit, a 5-day limit, a 7-day limit, and then a modified 7-day limit. And we can't get it through the Assembly because Assemblyman Herb Conaway, who's the chairman of that committee, whose former chief of staff now is a lobbyist for the New Jersey Medical Society, has held up every single one of those bills. It's a Democratic Assembly member who's the chairman of the committee who has bottled up every single anything that we've ever tried to do legislatively to clamp down on the pipeline that is flooding our state with prescription drugs. Herb Conaway and his lobbyist pals have stood in the way.